Hi guys, and welcome back. So today we've got this Nissan Juke. This is the 1.5 dCi, so K9K engine. So the job today is replace the fuel filter. So for those who don't know, the fuel filter on this vehicle is fitted behind the airbox. So we're gonna need to remove the airbox to get access to the fuel filter and then replace it. So we're gonna be using a genuine fuel filter. So this is the one that we're going to be using, and then it comes in the back, and then it looks like this. So sensor on the top, one way in, one way out. So let's get into it. All right, now firstly we need to remove this part first. Secondly, we need to unclip the airflow meter wiring, and then just to remove this part of the air filter, a 10mm socket basically. There we go, nice and easy there. Remove this bolt here. You have it. And then we're gonna need a flat screwdriver as well. Might be a little bit stuck, so if it is, usually it is quite stuck, but just be careful, be gentle, don't force it too much. There's no point to damage the rubber. Your airflow meter connector, which is on here, so press it in, there you go, and then you can remove the rest of your airbox. Fuel filter is gone. No, the fuel filter is down there. Now ideally you want to remove this pipe as well. You want to get this out of the way, and it's a lot more easier. So if you do this, if you remove that pipe out of the way, you can literally see a lot better the fuel filter and the pipes and everything. Now when you get to this point, now you can access the actual fuel pipes and the sensor. So firstly you want to unplug the sensor on the top, and then both pipes, which I think you can see it. One like that, out of the way, and the other one like that. Now basically what we need to do is undo this bolt over here. So obviously there was a bracket holding the filter, so we just need to undo as much as I can, or take it completely off. As we can see now, the filter, we can take the filter out. Now one thing that I would like to do is just basically align the sensor, and on a bracket just do a little mark there. The reason for that is because you can fit the filter like that, or like that. So if you do like that, obviously the plug is not going to be right, and you're going to struggle to plugging the connecting everything back together. You know that everything goes in perfectly fine, and you're not going to be struggling with the direction of the pipes, and then obviously the plug on the sensor as well, it needs to be on the right route, and that's the only reason. So yeah, now and then we can remove now the filter this way. Just be aware, these filter, they used to come with the sensor. So this sensor is the watts in diesel sensor. Now, if you buy your fuel filter without the sensor, so you're gonna need to replace the sensor from the old filter to the new one. So this is what you need to do. So basically, you need to remove this clip. So this clip, just use a flat screwdriver, and then push it, and then you can release the clip like that. And then with your flat screwdriver, gently push it up, and it's literally, it's nice and easy. You can remove it easily. So you do have a rubber o-ring there. Ideally, you will need to replace the rubber o-ring, because if not, you might create a leak, and these systems, they do not operate properly if there is a leak within the system. Create a leak, so the fuel will return, and then the first thing in the morning, the engine will struggle to start, it will not run properly, and so on and so on. So I would recommend always replace that rubber o-ring. And then one other thing is, so make sure that the sensor, the tip of it, is perfectly clean. If the tip of this sensor for some reason is dirty, it will give a wrong message, and you will have like a warning on the dashboard saying that your fuel filter is dirty and you do have water in diesel. Sometimes you do, but yeah, again, just make sure that the tip of the sensor and this part here as well, it's perfectly clean. And basically, to reinstall all is basically the reverse way. So the sensor, just put it back in like this, and then press it down, just make sure that it's flat on there, and then your clip, just go in, just do one side first, not all the way in, and then again just one side first. Oh, actually no, just do that one, just do the other side first, and then this one, so like that, and press it in like that, and then you do have one side in, and then but the other one isn't. You can literally do this and then press it in again, and then you are in on both sides. I think you can see that. Just make sure that the clip is on both little holes there, just to make sure that the sensor doesn't come out, and literally is just the reverse way to put it back on the vehicle. And the majority of the people I know, when they finish doing this job, what they do straight away is try to start the car. So that's not the way to do this, or not the best way to do this. If you the reason for that is obviously the fuel filter is still empty, and then some of the pipes are still empty as well. If you try to crank the engine straight away, it's gonna keep cranking until obviously the high pressure pump needs to build up pressure. It needs to refill all those pipes, the filter, and then you want to reduce that time as much as you can. But what we can do is press the button, a few times, and ignition off again, just a few times to be able to fill or refill, if you like, the fuel filter and all the pipes. And then just after that, and then you can crank it, and it should be able to start. And there we go, it starts straight away. So this is the correct way to do it. This is about it, guys. This is all that I've got for the video today. I hope you enjoyed this video. So this is basically step-by-step guide. I had to replace the fuel filter on the Juke 1.5 dCi engine. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.